Hi everyone, Leanne, the Barefoot Medium here. Welcome to the weekly reading and guidance session for the 29th of February through to the 6th of March 2016. And today is really one of those days that comes around only every 4 years. So we're in a leap year. And a leap year, today is the perfect day to take a leap, apparently. And so that's what I want to kind of bring to all of you today is to let you know that it is now time to take that beautiful big leap of faith to whatever it is that your heart's been asking for, thinking about, wanting in your everyday life. So let's embrace the energy of a leap year today. So let's get started and see what the cards have in store for you for this week. And as per usual, I am using my Love's Journey with the Tarot cards, and we are really going to be asking Spirit and guides and loved ones and universe to allow us to know what the energy will be like overall this week for you to be aware of and to embrace. So let's see which card wants to pop on out for us for this week. Oh, there we go. I'm going to take two because there's two that have kind of popped there that will head out today. So perfect. And so the energy this week is a little bit twofold. First one is the beautiful, amazing High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is really about that spiritual teacher, that wisdom and knowledge, and allowing yourself to embrace all of who you are, in that you are a powerful, amazing, knowledgeable, wise, intuitive being. And once you stand firm and centered and embrace that, the universe and spirit and the guides and all of that will show you evidence of that in your real world. And so even as you go about your normal everyday life, I want you to really embrace and stand in your confidence this week, and to say no when you feel like something doesn't feel right for you. By saying no to other people's requests, you're really saying yes to you. And what's more important in our everyday life than loving self first? Because when you give to you, you really show the universe what it is that you want in return. So give to you first, even in amongst your everyday responsibilities. Allow yourself to give to you first. It is not selfish, despite what you may have been told as you grew up. Self-love and putting you at the top of the list is absolutely key and important for living a happy, joyful, loving life. And so this week it's about putting those big, beautiful heels on and really standing in your confidence, standing in your power, knowing and trusting what your inner wisdom is sharing with you, and to say no when it feels like something is not quite right for you, and to move forward with what does feel right. And the next one, which fits beautifully, is the Justice card. Now, the Justice card is about balance, so balance of giving and receiving, fairness, equality, all of that. So look at your relationships in particular this week, whether it's partner relationship, friendships, family, whether it's colleagues, clients, etc. Look at your relationships and determine whether they are balanced, whether there's an equal inflow compared to an outflow. If you're doing all the giving, then that relationship is not balanced, and it's not really allowing you to have your needs, wants and desires met. And all relationships must be about that. And so when we come back to that, it's about cutting away what no longer serves you and what no longer feels right for you, particularly in relationships. And it also means standing in your power. And again, if you, like me, I have a very high value around justice and fairness. And if you see something that's unjust or unfair, then you will often, want to stand up and say, no, that's not right, and pursue it. So the universe is really saying, pursue it this week if there's something that's unjust and unfair, and to make sure you're doing that from your heart space, not your head or not your ego. And ego sometimes wants to be right, and will fight to be right. However, you've got to weigh up what the facts and the evidence are, particularly when it comes to relationships as well. If you both want to be right, then you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so someone has to let go and let flow. Okay, so one of the things that I remember being taught by one of my mentors is, if there's no flow, there's no go. So just remember that if there's no backflow, you're doing all the giving, and there's no inflow coming back, then it's no go. Okay, and it's really as simple as that if we take the emotion out of it. So justice this week. Okay, now let's move through to the 3 alchemy sets, which I also use and work with in these reads. Now, the alchemy decks, the thought alchemy, the heart alchemy, and the action alchemy are really about working with the law of attraction so that you can manifest and create a beautiful, amazing life. And whatever that looks like for you is what that looks like for you, because we all have different wants, needs, and values. So all 4 decks that I'm using in the reads are available for purchase from my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au. And so jump online and buy yourself a set and start working with them. They really are absolutely powerful. So let's go with the thought alchemy first. And what is it that we need to be mindful of this week, or that you need to be mindful of this week? Okay, I'm just allowing Spirit to really show me what card I need to share with you today. And we've got, I am willing to believe that my heart is ready to fall in love. Woohoo! I am willing to believe that my heart is ready to fall in love. I am willing to believe that my heart is ready to fall in love. Now, when we say the words I am, they are 2 very powerful words that we send out to the universe, letting the universe know what it is that we want. And so sometimes when we are attempting to manifest, or we are setting our intention and handing it over to Spirit, the universe, etc., to bring to us, we may be showing evidence in our world that may not match what we're asking for. So you find it sometimes hard to believe or trust that that's possible. And so what we do and what we ask you to do is be willing, because that willingness allows you to move from where you are now to where you want to be, and for the universe and Spirit and all of that to show you the new evidence that this is possible. So for all of those people who are out there wanting to take advantage of today being the last day, the 29th of February 2016, the last day of the month of love, today is about really opening your heart space up and allowing yourself to be willing to fall in love and to open that heart up 100% and to fully love. If you hold back, others hold back. So really trust and allow yourself to be willing. If you've had some hurt in the past, etc., just be willing to believe that you're ready to fall in love. Willing to believe it, and that will allow the universe to then change and shift your belief patterns. So excited that that's the card that they've decided for you to work with this week. Okay, now we move on to the beautiful Heart Alchemy deck. I just love the image on these. Okay, and as I do that, I pull out the card for this week, and the Heart Alchemy is grace for this week. Now, our heart is the energy center where we experience emotion. It is not who we are. It is where we experience and express through the throat chakra. So the heart brings the emotion or the experience up into the throat for us to express. Now, this week, what they're asking you to do is embrace grace. Embrace grace. Bit rhymey, isn't it? And grace for me looks like that person who can stand in their strength and their certainty and their confidence and yet be soft and gentle and flow, almost like, that graceful dance that you do with the universe, and how soft and flowy and powerful that is. So embrace your power and your softness and your gentleness this week, and really trust that things are going to move in the direction that you're asking them to. Okay. And to also let go with grace. So if you're letting go of relationships in any way, shape, or form this week, then really let go with grace and with gratitude, rather than hanging on and fighting and struggling. Okay. So the final set for this week is the action alchemy. So when we work with the law of attraction, it's not just about our thoughts, it's about how we feel, and embracing and holding on to that feel and vibration that we send out to the universe. And it's also then about taking the actions just to show the universe or spirit or whoever you believe in that you're willing to take the action. Oh, clearing my throat, apparently. So I'm asking them to show me which action is important for you to embrace this week. This one's come up a few times. Make a decision. Okay, so when we make a decision to love ourselves, when we make a decision to put ourselves first, when we make a decision to do what feels light and right for us, then we really let the universe know which direction or which pathway it is that we want to choose. And so this week is really about you making decisions and choices. Now, I will say to you that there are no wrong decisions. There are opportunities for you to weigh up the pros and cons of things, and to then make choices and decisions which allow you to have and be and do whatever it is that you feel in your heart is right. And I want to say to you, don't allow other people this week to wobble your decision making, because it's important that you trust what feels right for you. And when you make the choice, everything else will then unblock and flow in the direction that you're asking for it to flow in. So this week, the action you need to do is make decisions, okay? So a beautiful, amazing week this week of embracing you, standing in your power, standing in your strength, saying no, reinforcing your boundaries, saying yes to what you want, which means sometimes saying no to other people and other things that are popping in. Be willing to believe that your heart is ready to fall in love, and let go with grace or embrace grace as you do that, as well as make decisions. So have a beautiful and amazing week. If you want to have a look at purchasing your own set of cards that you can work with, or sets, then they are available from my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au. And there is also, if you're wanting an individual reading, whether it's an MP3 reading or a full online or face-to-face reading. I don't do face readings. Sorry about that. A phone or an online reading, which is face-to-face. I also offer mediumship mentoring, online tarot courses to help you embrace your intuition. So jump online and have a look at what development opportunities are there for you as well. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful and amazing week. And I look forward to providing you with guidance next week. Bye.